So marriages were very unhealthy. You know, there's a lot of adultery. There's a lot of divorce.
I think for me, when he laid hands on people, he was inflicting the spirit of lust.
Okay.
If there's such a thing, because all of us became rabbits. The entire praise and worship team, we were just rabbiting each other. You understand? Like,
there's one of your friends that I know, and I've met her quite some time. She's married to one of the sons of the prophet.
Okay,
and
so
he raped her.
Say her name.
Yes. Okay. Her name is
Portia.
Portia.
Say my name. Her name is Portia.
Yeah.
So Portia was raped by Philip
Prophet
Banda.
Philip Banda.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. You see, this is not something that we can just mention and pass as if we didn't say.
Let's go blow by blow.
Yes.
Portia was raped by Philip
Banda.
Okay.
Yes.
She is his spiritual daughter.
Yes. So Portia was married to one of his spiritual sons that he came with to
So
South
she was
Africa
raped
from Zambia.
while she was married.
Yes.
In her house.
Yes.
On her marital bed.
On her marital bed.
And she got pregnant.
And she got pregnant from Philip Banda. So now this Portia, yesterday, as I say to you, yesterday, about Portia's house was filled with us people who were at Impact for Christ, who are broken from the experience.
Solomon, an arrest must be made.
Arrest must be made.
This is a rapist.
Yeah, and he denied it.
No, he was
First time
arrested.
he denied it.
Okay.
He was arrested because Portia said to me, "Go ahead, say my name." She's been talking about it, but you know what happened? So he raped her. So yesterday she told us exactly the details of how she was raped.
Okay, take us through.
So she says that. So remember, Portia's husband is Philip Banda's spiritual son.
Yes.
Okay.
So at that time, she was even saying yesterday, he used to pay him 700 rand, and he was playing the guitar at the church. So during the time he's at church playing guitar, and he phones Portia and says, "Listen, your husband. I told your husband I'm coming to pick you up. I'm taking you shopping." And long story cut short, he bought her some clothes. This is the prophet.
Yeah.
And they get to Portia's house, and she's like, "Thank you so much, you can go." And he's like, "No, I need to see how the jean fits you." And long story cut short, he raped her. But the
So in trying to see how the jean fits, that means she undressed.
She went to the bedroom.
He left her. She left him in the lounge.
Okay.
And she went to the bedroom.
She was staying in the flat that Philip Banda used to stay in with his wife before he moved to the
So they were very close.
They were very close.
Okay.
So the passage there, I know that flat, I've been there. So the passage is quite long. So he's in the lounge, she's further on, and he raped her. And then she says, yesterday I was like, "So what happened after that?" And she says, after that he said, "Let's pray." And they prayed. And now I asked her, I said, "So how do you know that your son is Philip Banda?" She says, "Because after she married
she got pregnant.
Yes, she got
from that rape.
She got pregnant from the rape. So my question,
The son is 17 now.
the son is 17 years old now. So my question was, how do you know the son is Philip Banda? She says, but then at that moment, the husband was even there to agree to this. That when they got married, they decided they will condomize all the way through until they're ready to start a family. But she did go to Philip's wife to tell her, to say, "This is what happened to me," and the wife's response was, "Fine by me." But the long story cut short, Philip Banda was arrested. There was a docket opened for him at Hillbrow Police Station.
Okay.
He was arrested for rape, and I remember how the church was told, "Portia's evil, she's demonic, na 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 na."
So what happened to the docket?
It vanished, because at that time there were police people who were going to Impact for Christ who managed to buy the docket, and it vanished.
This calls for that docket.
It can reopen that.
The docket must be reopened.
It can reopen that.
This calls for a proper investigation. And listen, this is not a joke. By the way, this is not a joke. If people think they're just doing this for views, for fun, somebody's getting arrested for this.
On top of that, not only was he arrested, the court then summoned him to do a DNA test.
Good, that's the part.
And the results came back saying 99.9% Portia's son is Philip Banda's son.
That's it. So.
And ever since then, Philip Banda then was arrested. He spent a weekend at Hillbrow Police Station.
Okay. He started paying maintenance
at one point? Yes, he started paying maintenance, like 1,000 rand, 2,000 rand, small money. And then all of a sudden he stopped. So now Philip Banda has kids that are living a lavish life, that are just living the works. But the most sad thing is, I've got voice notes from women who've written me emails that have kids with Philip Banda, like everywhere. all over the place that have kids with him.
I think I received a message from this woman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
She sent me even the picture of the son.
Yes.
And if you look at the picture of the son, they look alike. You can see that this is Philip Banda's seed.
Exactly the same. And one of the reasons why I'm hated, look, I'm expecting it. Look, you see, after this or during this, there's nothing under the face of the sun that's evil that they will not say about me. I'm expecting it because I hate Philip Banda, because he must tell me what happened to our hair. There was once a camp he took us to, and our hair was shaved off. And yesterday we were discussing that with the crew. And these people from Impact are like, Sikle, do you remember when we went to one prayer and fasting camp and they said we all the power of the demons in our hair, and they shaved all our hair off. What happened to our hair? Was it being used for funny things? Nobody knows. But my bone to pick with Philip Banda is that man, Philip Banda. I hope he's watching. I really hope he's watching, because I've always said I need a one-on-one with him, because he knows that I know the idiotic and horrific things that he does. We went to Zambia with him. When we got to Zambia, he went to the gravesite saying he's reviving the spirit of the dead so that the church can grow. Now, listen here. I am not speaking hearsay. I am speaking things where I was there. I think I was the only young person that went with Philip Banda for his first crusade in Zambia. I was 18 years old at that time, and I witnessed it with my 2 eyes. And at that crusade in Zambia, I was the Bible reader. So no one can dispute. Look, this is my truth. And I'm expecting it that people are going to come and say whatever and say Sikle is this, Sikle is a fraud, it's okay.
Yeah, normal.
But one bone that I need to pick with Banda is, then I left Banda's church. Okay, so I was kicked out of church, right? Because Sikle knew too much, right? So I was kicked out of church. I left the church, and then I got married. And then when I got married, my husband passed on in a horrific accident, and I just given birth to my son. So my mom says to me, because my mom is still at the church.
Okay.
And
she's still there.
My mom is still at the church. And this disclaimer is to say, I'm not doing this to discredit anybody, but nobody has given Sikle time to sit down and listen to my truth. Nobody. I cannot account for the 10 years of my life, what happened during me being passed on from one prophet to another. Nobody has ever given time to hear my truth. People have always said, Sikle is a liar, Sikle is a fraud, Sikle is this, Sikle is that. They've always created stories under the face of the sun that will paint me so bad so that people had no time to listen to me. So now then I left the church, and then when my son was born, my mom implored me to say I must go back to the church. Then I started going back to the church. Then when I was going back to the church, because I just lost a husband and I've got a small child with me, and I would sit in the mother's room. Then one girl, because then when I got there, I started hearing that this Philip Banda has not stopped his nonsense. He's still sleeping with people. There's a friend of mine who came to me. She had an abortion, and he's surrounded by women. Those are his PAs and whatnots and everything. Even married PAs that have slept with Banda, you know.